Your love from God is like the sun's warm beams. They greet you each morning when you awake. God says to his beloved child, "This love is like a lighthouse. It never goes out and never changes." For those who put their trust in God's timetable, it's helpful to picture the sun's golden rays enveloping the earth. In the same way, God's love enfolds you like a warm and protective cocoon. Your love for God will never change, just as the sun will always rise. If you have veered off the road or committed blunders, it is irrelevant. The love endures like an unfailing parent's love for their child. God loves spending time with you and keeps a close eye on you. Embrace the soothing warmth of God's touch when you open your eyes in the morning. As the day progresses and challenges arise, it serves as a gentle reminder of God's love and care for you. Just as the light shines through clouds and storms, so too may God's love propel you beyond any difficulty. There will be moments when you feel completely alone in the face of adversity. Although it may seem obscured at times, God's love is like the sun. It is always there, even when the clouds roll in. Even in the darkest of times, you can see it as a beacon of hope. Imagine yourself as a beachgoer, watching the sun rise. The first rays of dawn illuminate the horizon, gradually painting the sky with a gentle golden glow. This passage from darkness to light symbolizes God's ability to illuminate your life with hope and enthusiasm. Even in the darkest of nights, hope for a new day is always present. It's possible that God's love permeates every part of your existence, just as the sun's beams permeate the earth and all its living things. Whether you're celebrating a victory or overcoming adversity, there will be occasions when you need a helping hand. Each day is a blessing, a chance to love and receive love, just as the sun gives life to all living things, plants, animals, and humans. God's love sustains you spiritually and empowers you to overcome adversity and make wise decisions. Make choices and have the bravery to follow your heart. Keep in mind that God's love is like the sun. It doesn't discriminate. It shines on everyone equally, no matter their background or identity. To love and respect one another is to honor one's uniqueness. Learning to love and accept oneself, as well as others, is a byproduct of accepting and embracing God's love for you. There will be times when you feel that life is putting too much pressure on you. At these moments, go outdoors and bask in the sun's rays for a while. Relax your face with its gentle heat. With each passing day, week, and month, may it serve as a reminder of God's unfaltering love and the hope for a better future. Always keep in mind that a new day brings the chance to start again, and that fresh chapter is full with possibilities to develop, learn, and love. Take comfort in the fact that no matter where life takes you, God's love is by your side. If you love God, you will face numerous roads, some of which may be simple and others steep and rocky. Jesus. If you let God's love guide you, you can overcome any obstacle. Let it be like the sunbeams that illuminate your path, removing any darkness. In the end, God's love for you has no bounds. It's as big and limitless as the sky, and it beams down upon you daily like the sun rising to remind you of your value and the wonder of life. Hope, warmth, and fresh starts are all gifts that God offers via his love. Hold it dear and allow it to be your compass as you navigate through life. Always aware that you will navigate through life. Always aware that you were never. Keep in mind, my beloved child, that each day brings a fresh chance to embrace the love that surrounds you and to extend that love to others in solitude. In a world where everything is subject to change, God's love stays constant. In this continuous love, my darling child, you have something solid to rest on, something to take refuge in, like the earth under your feet, which is stable and unmovable. The love of God provides a solid foundation for your life's endeavors. Think about the shifting seasons. From spring's blossoms to winter's frost. Yet in the middle of all this transformation, the earth will always support you. No matter how high or low life takes you, God's love is an unwavering rock. In the autumn, trees shed their leaves, and in the spring, they are born again. Just like these trees, you may always discover a fresh beginning with God's unfaltering love. Even when you experience losses, at the end of every chapter, a new beginning is waiting for you, because His love guarantees it. Uncertainty abounds in life. Tomorrow's storm jobs could replace today's bright skies. In the middle of life's whirlwinds of change, there is a love that is constant, a love that will be there to comfort you when you're confused or overwhelmed, regardless of your relationships, health, or riches. Compare this to a lighthouse. It stands tall in the middle of raging seas, its light piercing through the mist and leading lost ships to safety. You will never stray too far from the road of justice and truth, because God's love is like a lighthouse, illuminating your life, even in the darkest hours of uncertainty or sorrow. A universe of transient moments and bonds. That solace comes from God's everlasting love, which is like a warm blanket on a chilly night, or a lullaby that soothes an anxious spirit in times of solitude. In the stillness, His love assures you that you are never really alone, even when words fail. While friends and family may come and go and even pass away, God is constant. God's love knows no limits, remaining steadfast and unwavering in its love for you. Picture a river running continuously without ever drying up. Love, like God's love for you, never quits, whether it changes direction, encounters barriers, or even dries up in places. It is like a river that never stops flowing, restoring your soul and satisfying your spiritual need. As you go through life, there will be hills and valleys along the way as you go through life. When you don't know what to do, remember God's unwavering love. It will guide you to safety. Being a part of God's journey is a certain way to experience kindness and grace. All stories have highs and lows, but with God's love, you can face them. This love story began before you were born and will continue once you die. It's like a thread in a tapestry, and every strand can be altered. God's love is the foundation, the rock that keeps everything else in place. The steady rhythm of optimism persists despite global disorder and uncertainty. My darling, my love is your safe haven. Keep in mind that in a world that is constantly changing, you can always rely on this love to strengthen you and share with others. Rest assured, God's love for you will continue forever. There will be highs and lows on your life's path, my darling child, but God's love will never waver. You can depend on it, no matter what. This love will guide you, unfaltering, unfading, amid sunlight and rain. Think about how big and deep the ocean is. On some days, its surface reflects the blue heavens above, creating a tranquil and quiet atmosphere. On other days, it's chaotic with smashing waves and furious storms. But underground, there's always a constant sea. In the same way, God's love is a constant presence for you, even in the midst of chaos. Relationship pain and disappointment are universal, human feelings. It's possible for some plans to fail, for aspirations to fade away, and in times of uncertainty, Arai, keep in mind the eternal light of God's love. It dispels darkness and heralds a brighter future, no matter what the weather. These mountains continue to stand tall and unmoved, their summits adorned with snow or bathed in summer's golden light. But their very essence remains unchanged. Regardless of the circumstances you face, the love of God for you remains strong and constant. There will be obstacles along the path you take. There may be times when you are completely drained and want to quit. But remember that God's love is like a soft wind on your face, or a tree's shade when you need a break. This love provides you with the energy you need to keep going and gives you a new lease on life. At times, it may seem that life is a jigsaw puzzle with no obvious pattern. But remember that every occurrence, good or terrible, is a component of God's larger plan. The bond that binds him is love. Connecting these parts creates a beautiful tapestry of your life's journey. The globe is always evolving. With each passing second and new scenery, things may change. People can come and go, and issues that were once definite can turn out to be uncertain. I believe in God. Yet even if everything around us is always changing, one thing is constant: God's love for you. It is a rock, solid base upon which you can always rely. We all speak the universal language of love, and God's love is universal language of love is universal. In its most basic form, it's a love that doesn't pass judgment or make demands, but instead provides. It rejoices in your successes and comforts you when you fall. On lonely nights, it's the sort of love that whispers comforting words, and on scary days, it yells encouragement. Along the way, you'll encounter many things, some of which may be surprising, like the unanticipated challenges that New Horizons faces. It meanders and sometimes traverses uncharted territory. Yet, among the fleeting delights and transient joys of this life, the compass of God's love will forever guide you. The love of God provides joy that lasts. The analogy to the everlasting river that sustains all life it touches is a beneficial one. If you are ever thirsty or empty inside, come to this river and drink from God's love. Lastly, always keep in mind that life is a miraculous and mysterious journey. And as you remember that your most reliable companion is with you during this journey, in the midst of life's storms and its calm waters, my darling, God's unfaltering love is the rock that keeps you solid and the breeze that carries you onward. As you go through life's ups and downs, remember that God's love for you is limitless and the only constant in an uncertain world. My precious child, I pray that you will accept it, hold it in high regard, and use it to guide your steps as you follow God's instructions. When you feel unwanted by society, keep in mind that God's love for you is limitless, an unlimited love that is beyond comprehension. The love of God is the one constant in a cosmos where everything is always changing, even when everything around us appears to be cold and uncaring. Every event weaves itself into the fabric of life. As a symbol of joyful times, some threads are bright and shimmering, even though some of the threads are dull and symbolize challenging times. The one constant remains, weaved into the fabric of God's steadfast love at times of uncertainty. When you wonder what you're worth or feel overwhelmed by the burden of expectations, relax and inhale deeply during that breath. Let God's love envelop you like a reassuring shore, reminding you of your value and purpose in life. There are times when the chaos of the world drowns out the soothing sounds of confidence. In such situations, Keep in mind that God's love speaks even in silence. It speaks volumes, surpassing the din of this world and serving to remind you of your significance. Think about all the stars and galaxies in the cosmos. It's enormous. Among all this cosmic splendor, you are a unique miracle, adored by the Creator with an endless and profound love. It's a love that never left you before your birth and always will. In the vast expanse of eternity, connections may ebb and flow. Some people will enter your life, and others will leave it for different reasons. These departures might sometimes cause wounds or gaps, but it's something that God loves. Love bridges the gaps and heals the wounds. Love is eternal. It never fades, forgets, or departs. Flaws may appear in a mirror's reflection. You may feel unworthy in the eyes of this world because of its predetermined norms for attractiveness and success. Yet in God's view, you are flawless. His love is able to see and appreciate the depths of your being, not just the surface. Things may not always go as planned. Along the route, you'll have to climb mountains and traverse valleys. You run the risk of tripping or falling. It's a must. Watch. Keep watching until the end. But remember that God's love is always with you, lifting you up when you're down and keeping you going when you're tired. At times, all of the world's components may seem to be missing. You may be unsure of your role in God's plan, but recognize your importance. You are bound to this design because of His love, which guarantees your eternal belonging. The dawn of a new day ushers forth an abundance of opportunities and threats. Let the light of dawn serve as a reminder that God's love is stronger than whatever darkness you may have faced. A new beginning brought forth by this love is like waking up after a long night. Being alive is enough to earn God's infinite love. Your actions, appearance, or background don't matter. In conclusion, God's love for you is like a stage in the grand theater of life, where characters come and go and plot twists unfold. It is important to remember that no matter how lonely or unloved you may feel, you are never really alone. God's love for you is limitless, beyond all comprehension, limits, and constraints. Welcome it with open arms, allowing it to lead and soothe you as you go. Your existence proves God's love, darling, beginning at the moment of your birth and continuing through all the moments that follow. It is a love that never stops giving, never stops forgiving, and never stops forgiving, and never stops understanding. That make up your existence. His love has always been by your side, from the moment you wake up to the moment you take your final breath. It's a sweet reminder that God is always with you, watching over you, caring for you, and loving you more than you can imagine. Every step of life's path is unpredictable. Despite the ups and downs, God's love remains constant and unwavering. Consider the changing seasons as the North Star guides sailors through the darkest nights. Each season has its own unique charm and set of difficulties. In your life, too, there will be a transition from winter to spring, from summer to autumn. The love of God is like a blanket that keeps you warm in the winter, and a canopy that protects you from the intense heat of remorse when you've messed up. God's love is filled with forgiveness. It doesn't hold grudges or scores, but instead, it sees your heart. Genuine self and limitless potential. It recognizes your unfinished state and offers unwavering support, even during challenging times. Every breath you breathe is a blessing and an indication of God's constant presence in your life. So hold on to that thought when the world seems too big and overwhelming. His presence and love are constants. He is as near as your next pulse. He is as near as your next pulse. People will put you in situations where you need to be understanding and patient. Consider God's love for you, which has no bounds. The next time you want to respond or pass judgment, apply it as set an example of unending love, kindness, and compassion. Every difficulty you encounter is really a chance to learn and improve. And no matter how low you fall, God's love will be there to lift you up, just like the wind behind your wings. Hope lightens even the darkest roads, and courage propels you on in a harsh and ruthless world. Finding refuge in God's love is like entering a sacred sanctuary. A love like this can see through your hardships and believe in your aspirations. We hear your dreams, comfort you in sorrow, and celebrate with you. When you share joy, sorrow, or love with another person, keep in mind that you are sharing a portion of God's limitless devotion. God teaches you to love by loving you eternally, and every connection and bond you build reflects this. When self-doubt looms large in your head and casts a cloud over your soul, you are not alone. Relax. Let your pulse serve as a gentle reminder. God has an everlasting love for you, and that love believes in you even when you don't. Every instant of life is a precious mosaic. Sometimes there is laughter. Sometimes there is silence. Sometimes there is silence. If you believe in Jesus, subscribe to the channel. But remember, my darling child, that God's love is the glue that holds everything together as you go through life's marriage adventures. Keep in mind that the sheer act of breathing and beating your heart demonstrates a love that never stops giving. Hold it dear, accept it wholeheartedly, and allow it to serve as your compass and fortitude in life. In the darkest hours of our lives, when we confront pain, sorrow, or doubt, our connection with God gives us comfort and hope for the blessings of the Lord. Type Amen. This relationship, formed in the realms of eternity, serves as a rock during the storms of life. Unpredictability is a common occurrence in life. As are storms, these storms may strike suddenly, transforming beautiful days into during stormy nights. Remember that God's love is always present, even during the darkest hours, even in the darkest of places. It serves as a guiding light, no matter how big or little. The loss of a loved one, a hope, or a chance at something better is something that every human being must face. Although the anguish it causes may seem insurmountable, know that God is by your side, weeping with you, and offering words of consolation when you need them. Even though it's challenging to fathom and endure, pain has a purpose. It shapes our identities by forcing us to face our fears and weaknesses. A place to grow in empathy, tolerance, and perseverance. Even when pain is insurmountable, the comforting presence of God lifts the load, and lessons learned from adversity become knowledge. When we look forward, we can't see clearly because of the dense fog of uncertainty. However, we may have faith in God's plan because He sees the whole path from beginning to finish, and His guiding hand makes sure we're never alone. There are moments when the world appears to be an endless, impassable wasteland. Yet in the midst of this, in all of its grandeur, there is a holy place where you can find God, a place where grace, love, and understanding abound. This precious bond serves as a constant reminder that you are never really alone, no matter how far you seem. Trials and sufferings may shake our faith. There will be times when you question God and ask questions, but God's love will never fail you. It's a love that recognizes our fallibility and reacts with infinite mercy. Every difficulty you face presents an opportunity. Putting your relationship with God through hardship will strengthen it and reveal a deeper connection. Whether spoken in quiet contemplation or sung with utmost intensity. Prayers unite the human spirit with the divine. These are times of communion with God, when concerns about this world might find relief in God's arms. Regardless of the volume of your prayer, God hears it and responds to your most pressing needs. With each weep, you are in the depths of despair. God knows what you're going through. He shares your happiness, sadness, and anxieties. With his boundless knowledge, he gives you what you need, whether it's reassuring, accept a new path, or a lesson to learn. Our lives are like a tapestry. Each thread tells a tale of personal development. The story revolves around exploration and metamorphosis, with God serving as the creator and protagonist throughout, providing both teachings and love. In conclusion, the journey of life is filled with ups and downs. Sacred journey, embark on this path towards self-discovery, community building, and divine consolation as you face the inevitable trials and tribulations along the way. Remember that your connection with God is the source of solace and hope in times of loss, pain, or uncertainty. My darling, it is there to support, adore, and guide you through the complex dance of life. Your connection with God is priceless. It is a tie that strengthens your spirit. God tells his beloved child. This partnership not only brings tranquility to your soul, but also illuminates your path through life's obstacles, much like a lighthouse illuminates the night. When life throws you a curveball, this partnership will be the light that guides you straight. When we have God by our side, no matter how twisty or difficult the road ahead may be, there is purpose in every step, and we can turn every difficulty into a chance for personal development. Every person is on their own special trip. In joyful times, his constant presence is like a compass, showing you the way. This connection enhances your joy. It changes your joy. Transient moments transform into enduring recollections that serve as constant reminders of the divine beauty that permeates all aspects of existence. The joy felt and the affection given are all evidence of God's mercy. In times of darkness, your fellowship with God becomes a haven. It serves as a sanctuary that validates sorrow, alleviates suffering, and nurtures optimism. You will discover the fortitude to recover and the bravery to continue in God's tranquil embrace. The dynamics of the world are always changing, and its nature is unpredictable. Because of this shift, your relationship, the unchanging love, unchanging promise, and unwavering commitment of God are the bedrock around which you may build your life. Even in the most basic and commonplace things, the smile of a stranger, the generosity of a friend, or the splendor of a sunset, there is beauty and value in this connection. God's love, which has no end, is with you because of his palpable presence. When it comes to life, there are more questions than answers. In times of confusion or doubt, turn to God's eternal knowledge. Deep gives light. You can hear the murmurs of direction you desire in the quiet of your soul, where God speaks with reassuring surety. All your struggles are a sign of your progress and a chance to lean on God. The grass turns into a molehill. Difficult situations transform into opportunities for growth. When you have faith, you get closer and trust each other more with each test you encounter. Your family and friends' love and support, and others' generosity may show you the value of your relationship with God. These holy ties, which represent the unique link you have with God, are like mirrors reflecting his love for you. Strangers, cultivating this connection requires ongoing effort. Praying, being grateful, and loving God in quiet times is like tending a plant. It needs water, sunshine, and care to grow. When you establish a connection with the divine, this treasure's depth becomes clear. You realize that God is aware of every thought and emotion you experience. He shares in your joys and sorrows, and He offers guidance when you require it. If you concur, this close bond, in which nothing is concealed and everything is welcomed, is the genuine heart of wealth. Your connection with God is the central element in your life's mosaic, which is rich and varied in its experiences. A golden thread binds the tapestry, a song in the symphony of life, and an anchor in the sea of existence. Hold on to this connection, my darling. It's priceless. It calms your mind and fills your spirit. He tenderly embraces you and leads you lovingly through each part of your journey. No matter what your first grade was, my darling, your dad was proud of the work you did. God encouraged you every time you studied or tried to understand a new concept. After all, to Him, it's not just the results that matter, but the process and goal. With each page you turned and challenged you, conquered. He could see the resolve, concentration, and strength in your eyes and in your soul. Overcome your initial feelings of inadequacy when faced with an insurmountably difficult or complicated topic or assignment. Even though you were frustrated and doubtful, God was with you the whole time, and He gave you the strength to keep going. The way you kept going showed how strong and faithful you are. See, God doesn't only consider the letter grade, He also considers the many night sweats, obstacles overcome, lessons learned, and hours of labor put into it. He cherishes the path, the development. Together with the growth of one's character, He was there. In times of academic success, He was there to share in your jubilation and pride. In times of disappointment, He was there to help you see the broader perspective, which lifted your spirits and motivated you to keep going. Every inquiry and error you made provided a learning opportunity. God values these learning experiences because they shape and prepare you for the future. With their assistance, you may acquire humility, patience, and the importance of tenacity. Your relationships with your instructors, peers, and friends were crucial to your success throughout these times. God provided you with help, direction, and company. Even when you weren't in class, God's love and direction were evident in the group study sessions, the notes you shared, and the projects you worked on together. God's presence was evident in each of these instances, and the lessons you learned about balancing study and leisure, managing your time wisely, and setting priorities will remain with you forever. A hand was shaping your destiny. God notices and values every step you take and every struggle you encounter. Life isn't just about getting the highest score or being the best in class. It's about learning, developing, and being your greatest self. At this enormous school of life, a great deal of work and testing will be required of you. Others will be simple, and others will be hard. But you can overcome any difficulty by drawing on your faith, your experiences, and the wisdom of God. My darling kid, with the knowledge and skills you have acquired, no obstacle is too formidable. Your grades are only a snapshot in time of how well you're learning. The genuine emotions and intentions behind them are what count most. From first grade to and including all future milestones. Know that God is proud of you, not just your accomplishments, but of your growth. Value each and every lesson. Be confident that God will reward your efforts, no matter how hard. My darling child, remember what the Lord says. God was with you while you studied late into the night, whispering encouraging words with each page flip, In the quiet of the night, when everything was quiet except for you and your books, he stood by your side, encouraging you and appreciating the significance of your devotion. God silently accompanied you when you paused to stretch, drink something, or appeared tired. God could see the flicker of light and your resolve in your eyes and heart. Your determination captured his attention. Those brief intervals were. God's consoling presence was like a warm blanket enveloping you at times of introspection. When you mustered the fortitude to persevere, you remained laser-focused as the hours melted into darkness and gradually gave way to dawn. God commended their dogged pursuit of knowledge and unfaltering commitment to incorporating each new idea in their lives. When an idea looked too complicated, or when a solution seemed unattainable, I experienced periods of frustration. He gently whispered words of encouragement, reassuring you of your inner fortitude, your capacity to triumph, and the blessings that await those who persevere. With each note you wrote, and highlight you included, you advanced in your quest for knowledge, just like in this film. And God rejoiced with you for these little triumphs. The voyage and the developments it brought were more important than the destination itself. Even if nothing was happening in the outer world, your mind was racing with ideas and thoughts. As you progressed through your academic program, your ambitions also grow. God was with you the whole time, directing your thoughts, pouring light on your path, and strengthening your will to succeed academically. God saw and treasured all of your sacrifices, as well as the sleepless hours you spent on them. Every time you yawn or wipe your sleepy eyes, he knows that you're becoming better at what you do because you worked hard and were dedicated. There, God provided strength. He saw the food that provided energy, as well as the mugs of coffee or tea that provided companionship. Vitality in the small routines that kept you going, even when you felt like taking a break. Rest assured that God was with you as you lay down, weary yet content. He ensured your restful sleep, preparing you for a fresh day, filled with challenges and hardships. You were never really alone during those late hours of studying, those times of difficulty and success. They were all pieces of a larger journey of development, resilience, and accomplishment, my darling child. God was present, providing quiet. He provides support, empathy, and acknowledges your challenges as you navigate life's challenges and triumphs. He loves you, no matter what, is there for you when you need him, and guides and supports you. As you bonded with new friends and participated in each other's happiness and sadness, God sensed your heart racing on that first day. As you stepped into that unfamiliar space, his watchful eye followed your every move. On the first day of anything, there's always a little bit of both excitement and nervousness, since you don't know what to expect. He stood by your side, providing you with the strength to face the unknown and remember the names you struggled to learn. As you two tentatively struck up discussions, he was quietly rooting for you. God treasured those little moments of timid grins and introductions. As the days passed into weeks, he savored the profound significance of these friendships and the joy they would offer you. Friendships and acquaintanceships developed between those once strangers. Your friendship, the games you played, and the secrets you shared all contributed to this development. He treasured the joy, the companionship, and the epiphanies as they passed under his caring eyes. Little setbacks occurred from time to time, such as when an opportunity passed, a friendship fizzled, or when life just didn't work out the way planned. You were comforted by God's presence. He understood your pain, cared about the same things you did, and embraced you with his boundless affection. Whether it was overcoming adversity, learning something new, or taking a courageous step, God rejoiced with you at every accomplishment, no matter how little. He felt the utmost pride for himself. What really counted were not the endpoints, but rather the process and development along the way. God saw evenings filled with light-hearted conversation and reflective periods, as well as lunchtimes spent sharing food. God treasured each moment you spent navigating the intricacies of relationships, striking a balance between reciprocity and understanding the nuances. He reveled in the joyful clamor, the quiet understanding, and everything in between. This image depicted your journey. During your time together, God served as your guide, illuminating your path, fortifying you, and shaping your character. Lord Jesus, I ask for your blessing, for the stories you shared, the dreams you pondered, and the plans you forged with your companions. Weaved the fabric of your life. God saw as these strands entwined, weaving together patterns of faith, love, and shared memories throughout times of uncertainty. When you were lost and confused, God was your rock. His encouraging whispers served to remind you of your value and the special qualities you contributed to the world. As time passed, the foreigners became familiar, and the people who had previously been strangers became essential aspects of your life. Through the good times and the bad, the joy and the tears, but your value to the world had always been clear to God. You were priceless. Dear child, as you embarked on your trip full of meetings and friendships, God eagerly watched your tale develop, savoring each chapter and anticipating the next. Your ability to bounce back from setbacks is an inspiration. God was with you throughout, so you could love and grow. Life is a vast tapestry, and someone is experiencing every heartbeat, emotion, and triumph. My darling, God is always listening to your story and loving you. God supported you throughout your struggle, even when you felt overwhelmed or defeated. He was at your side the whole journey, and his love and support were like a warm blanket that enveloped you. Every obstacle you overcome demonstrates your perseverance, and even in times of solitude, God remained a constant presence. On the evenings when you couldn't sleep, your mind raced and your anxieties mounted, God appeared and whispered words of encouragement and hope. Your shoulder strain, anxious eyes, and forehead furrow caught his attention. In the darkest hours, when no one else could relate, or when it felt like the world was turning against you, knowing God was with you may comfort you. Consistently, he stood by your side, attentively listening to every word and experiencing every emotion. In the midst of darkness and doubt, his presence shone like a lighthouse. If you believe in Jesus Christ's teachings, please subscribe. God shaped you through every hardship, teaching you to persevere amid their separation. He demonstrated that suffering leads to maturity, adversity leads to power, and champions are born out of adversity. Each cry was a reflection of your humanity, your openness, and your vulnerability. None of your tears were ever in vain. Experience profound emotion, and at those times of unfiltered turmoil, God was by your side, soaking up every tear, appreciating its worth, and turning it into insight. God would always support you when you felt like falling. No matter how low you fell, he would be there to pick you up and put you back on your feet. To him, a fall was only a stepping stone to greater success. Remember that you have God at your side while you face the world's demands, expectations, and difficulties. On your side, no valley is too deep and no mountain is too high. When you felt weak, He gave you strength. And when you were confused, He gave you clarity and hope. There were storms during your path, with howling winds and a gloomy sky. Yet after each storm, a rainbow appeared, representing God's promise, love, and constant support. When you were doubting yourself, God brought you back to your previous successes, showing you that you had overcome obstacles before. Your strength, bravery, and determination allowed you to triumph in every memory. Unyielding will He heard your prayers, desires, and aspirations. Through it all, He listened intently, experienced every feeling, and offered responses that were subtle at times, but significant in the grand scheme of things. Each thread and color symbolized a new obstacle, a new lesson, and a new triumph. You understand, my darling, that trials like these are inevitable, but that God's love for you is greater. You may learn from every setback, uncover new truths, and strengthen your bond with Him through perseverance. God is by your side, guiding you and reminding you of your great strength and tenacity. Keep this in mind when you confront difficulties. You can always count on His unwavering presence to accompany you on your trip. When you gazed up at the sky and wondered about the meaning of life, God remembered. There were evenings when you felt like a little dot in the enormous tapestry of the cosmos, staring out at its infinite expanse. However, even in those moments of reflection and awe, that God was present throughout your ordeal were overwhelming. As you stared at the stars and recognized each constellation, remember that each one is a testament to the wonders of creation. Just as every star has its place in the sky, you too have a distinct and important role to play in this world. You and every other particle are essential to the cosmos's functioning. Amid its vastness, the gentle grass beneath you and the cold air caressing your cheek bore witness to your innermost thoughts in the tranquil quiet of the night. God, treasure these times. Your awe and amazement as you question the cosmos, your role in it, and the purpose of existence was seen by God. He valued your profound contemplation, your hunger for understanding, and your pursuit of wisdom, regardless of how elusive the solutions may have seemed. You experienced moments of loneliness in the universe, yet God utilized those moments to affirm your love and significance. You shine in His eyes with the same radiance and vitality as any star in the sky. Every shooting star that streaked across the sky was a sign that the universe isn't static, but rather alive and changing. Rather than being a bystander, you are an active participant in this ever-changing cosmos, and you share all of your moments of wonder and awe with God, no matter how big or small. He took delight in your happiness, soothed your fears, and accentuated your epiphanies, since every new understanding of the cosmos was a revelation of who you are and how you fit into it. The darkness engulfed you as the hours passed. God smiled each night as you marveled at the beauty, provided grounding when you felt overwhelmed by the immensity, and provided insights when you sought explanation, often in unexpected ways. You were never really alone on the Under the Stars voyage, which was filled with discovery, reflection, and connection. Throughout your interactions with the cosmos, God was at your side, providing direction, strength, and love. The strength of your connection to the stars mirrors the depth of your faith in God. He loves you with all His heart. Just as you marvel at the stars, when you ask for clarification, He gives you insight. And when you wonder what your value is, He tells you that you're important. Lastly, my darling, Never forget that you are important, no matter how big the cosmos or the sky is. Even on the worst of nights, remember that your thoughts, feelings, and deeds impact others and the cosmos in ways you can't possibly fathom. Look up, little one, and know that in God's eyes, you are infinite in the boundless cosmos, that your light is brilliant, and that your very being is evidence of God's love and purpose. All eyes are on you now. If you liked this video and thought it would be useful, please consider subscribing to our channel. Press the bell symbol to receive alerts whenever we upload a new video. Be healthy. Until next time, we'll see you. A miraculous change is going to occur in your life, according to God. Remain determined. Precious blessings are on the way. An enormous boon will shower down upon you tomorrow. A blessing will fall from on high. A blessing will fall from on high, alleviating all of your worries. If you found this helpful, please watch the whole video. He tells us, in the thunderous voice of God, that our lives are about to undergo a miraculous change. Even when we're exhausted and uncertain, Jesus tells us to keep going because there are many benefits waiting for us when we get there. Approve of this film as we approach the dawn of a new day. The cosmos is getting ready to shower us with a tremendous gift that will crush all the words that have crushed our spirits. If you believe in God, this incredible gift will have a profound effect on our lives, banishing the uncertainties and fears that have persisted for an eternity. Abounding riches and true love are about to come your way. According to God, there will be an abundance of positive energy in every aspect of life. You deserve to get everything that is due to you. It is simple to give in to despair and doubt our value and purpose when we trust God in difficult times. But these heavenly words serve as a reminder that God has not abandoned us. He perceives our hardships and the fights we have waged. He knows the weight of our sorrow and the tears we have shed in the shadows. His love for us is unfaltering, and He is our loyal ally, always prepared to bring about a miracle. This imminent boon has the potential to reshape our lives in ways we do not yet understand, like a spectacular meteor gliding across the sky at night. Its transformative seeds hold the key to unlocking doors we previously believed to be forever closed. This demonstrates how much God loves us and how His grace has never wavered. Level of thriving and success. Thank you for praying for God's mercy as we look forward to receiving this tremendous gift. We should not forget the lessons we have learned along the way. The trials we have faced have forged our perseverance and faith by teaching us to be grateful for small blessings. They prepared us for the coming bounty. This miracle has alleviated all of the concerns that have lingered since the storm. Soon, our thoughts will go away like a morning mist. In the sun's warmth, this supernatural intervention will put an end to all forms of anxiety, including financial difficulties, marital problems, health worries, and any other kind of worry in the vast fabric of the cosmos. This is a watershed moment, a turning point that marks the conclusion of one era and the start of a more glorious one. Everything comes together to create an exquisite work of art. Our lives deeply intertwine with this cosmic plan. The gift we're anticipating isn't not a random occurrence, but rather a result of a higher power's plan. It proves that we all have a purpose and a place in the universe. 330. 3. Let us not become greedy with God's bounty. Instead, let us share what we have abundantly with those less fortunate. Through our deeds, may we reflect the love that God has given us and shine as examples of hope, compassion, and kindness. Being a channel for blessings allows us to set off a domino effect that affects everyone around us. we discover comfort, certainty, and restored strength in these words from God, which we share with people around us. The path may have been long and winding, but it has always been for our benefit. Thus, let us be steadfast in our belief, unwavering in our determination, and receptive to the many blessings that lie ahead. Form Amen. We eagerly await the arrival of the blessing that will change our lives, and we get it as the sun sets on the eve of this crucial day. With thankful hearts, we accept the reality that God has not abandoned us, but is actively coordinating a symphony of blessings and plenty. Tomorrow we shall welcome the miracle gift that will erase all our worries and provide us a new age of happiness, contentment, and endless opportunities. Contentment and endless opportunities. The stars align to bring us this incredible gift, and we are filled with joy as the sun rises. We let go of any remaining uncertainty and substitute it with steadfast trust. We submit to God's will, fully aware that He is orchestrating our every move, and we welcome the immensity of what is about to transpire. If you have faith in a higher power's purpose, you may feel as if the universe itself is holding its breath in awe as time ticks by. We are about to have an encounter that will change our lives, the kind of experience that will mold our fate for the rest of time. This gift's impact goes beyond what we can comprehend and touches every part of us. Inside us, as the cosmos reveals its secret, we are awed by its enormity. It comes crashing down on us like heavy rain, eradicating every sign of uncertainty and concern. A sense of buoyancy replaces the burden we carried, as if beckoned into a world of limitless potential. This gift, like a lighthouse of divine grace, shows us the way and helps us focus on what's really important. It gives us the energy to keep going and the faith to never give up. Opportunity after opportunity, like a great tapestry, unfolds before us, with each thread telling a tale of success and satisfaction. Financial debts and opening doors to wealth, financial plenty flows into our lives. Vitality and healing revitalize our bodies and minds, strengthening our relationships and bringing us to a new level of love and understanding. Our health and well-being also improve. Its miraculous gift permeates every part of our lives and changes everything in its path. Compose the words, Amen. If you have faith in God's power, then when extraordinary things happen, you can't help but be thankful. You see, this blessing isn't just for you. It's a demonstration of God's boundless love and compassion, a reminder of His boundless generosity and His longing to see His children. Let us live in the light of this immense gift, grow and prosper. We should never forget the lessons we learned from our struggles and the path we traveled to get here. Our species has evolved to be more robust, able to endure adversity and come out on top. After experiencing its contrasting shadows, we can only fully grasp the glory of light. We pledge to share this bounty with others from the depths of our appreciation, which overloads our hearts, from the depths of our appreciation, which overloads our heart. We reach out to people who are less fortunate, using our abundant gifts to inspire us to make a difference. Doing so makes us conduits for God's love, allowing His compassion and light to shine forth into the world. We find ourselves at this critical juncture, a pivotal moment in our journey on the journey ahead. The favor we have received shines brightly. Since God is always with us, we move forward with confidence. Since God is with me, I will gladly accept this miraculous present from the cosmos, which removes every concern from my life. We take immense delight in the fantastical events that transpire, the possibilities that materialize, and the doors that open. Together, we embark on this next phase of our journey. We are filled with bravery, trust, and steadfast conviction in the goodness that lies ahead, accompanied by thankful hearts and spirits. Driven by a new sense of purpose, we continue on our path, altered by this experience with the divine. All the beneficial things that have happened to us are proof of how strong faith is, how strong the human spirit can be, and how much our Creator loves us no matter what. Here we are, my child, embodying the limitless possibilities that arise from surrendering to the natural course of life, sending you blessings from above.